Every day, thousands of seniors believe a nursing home is their only safe option, and what they don't know could cost them their independence. Picture this: waking up in a bland room, the walls closing in on you, knowing every move you make will be tracked by someone else's schedule. The bright promise of care soon dims into loneliness, loss of control, and more bills than you ever imagined. But what if I told you that there are options, 7 of them, that nobody seems eager to share? Options that could let you stay in your own home, surrounded by familiar walls, memories, and the comfort you've built over a lifetime. Today, we'll walk through the first few of these hidden alternatives so you can seize them before it's too late. Imagine Sarah, a vibrant 72-year-old retired teacher who thought she'd end up in a nursing home after her hip surgery. But instead of signing the papers, she discovered a way to age in place. By making simple changes, installing grab bars, widening doorways, and adding a stair lift, Sarah transformed her home into a safe haven. She arranged for a visiting nurse to stop by daily and hired a friendly neighbor to help with groceries. Suddenly, her home became her castle again. She kept her routines, her beloved kitchen, and her garden, instead of trading them for institutional walls. If Sarah's story resonates, please hit that subscribe button now. We're here to give you real choices, so you never feel trapped by the idea that a nursing home is the only answer. Now, let's talk about another path Sarah didn't need to take: hiring dedicated home care assistants. This isn't just about someone dropping off meals or doing light chores. It's about a trained professional checking your vitals, reminding you to take meds, and providing in-home therapy if needed. This level of care can rival what's offered in many nursing homes without requiring you to pack up your life. You keep your routines, sleep in your own bed, and answer to nobody else's clock. All while knowing a compassionate helper is right there, ready to support morning and night. I remember John, a 75-year-old widower whose daughter lives across the country. He worried about being alone, especially at night, so he decided to hire a home care aide for evening check-ins and overnight support. With that peace of mind, John started hosting weekly card games with his friends, again something he'd given up because he was afraid of falling. He rebuilt his social life without ever leaving his home. For those who like a blend of independence and community, adult daycare centers offer a game-changing solution. Picture a warm room filled with laughter, activities, skilled staff, and healthy meals, all during the day. You get companionship and care, then return home each evening. That means you stay connected to your neighborhood, your pets, and your routines. Your family gains respite knowing you're in a safe, engaging environment during working hours. It's like clocking into a workplace of cheerful faces and gentle support, instead of clocking into a facility that feels more like a hotel with locked doors. If any of this sounds like the lifeline you or your loved one needs, please click subscribe. Every week, we share honest, heart-centered advice to help you age on your own terms, never settling for less than true comfort and independence. Now that we've seen how simple home modifications, in-home care, and adult day programs can keep you out of a nursing home, let's move forward and explore even more liberating alternatives, because your future deserves options that respect your life, your memories, and your freedom. You might be thinking, these options sound nice, but what if I need more support than just a home aide or day center? That brings us to another alternative few mention: shared housing with vetted companions. Picture opening your front door to a friendlier face every morning, someone who splits rent, helps with the groceries, and watches out for each other's well-being. Not a nursing home roommate, but a chosen housemate or companion who arrives with a background check, clear expectations, and a genuine desire to share life. Take Gloria, for example. At 76, she was widowed and living alone, afraid of both loneliness and nursing homes. Then she was introduced to a shared housing program. Within weeks, she had a young retiree, Mark, moving into the spare room. Mark helped her with the dishes, drove her to appointments, and they spent evenings swapping stories over tea. Gloria's rent dropped by half, and her social life blossomed without leaving the home she'd lived in for 50 years. She never felt like a room full of strangers. She just had a new friend who understood her routines. If Gloria's story shows you a spark of hope, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss more practical tips designed to preserve your independence and dignity. Next, consider the power of village models. This isn't a place you move into, it's a network you join. Imagine neighbors, volunteers, and local service providers forming a circle of support around you, someone to mow your lawn, another to give you a ride to church, and a friend who checks in when you haven't heard from you. Because members pay a modest annual fee, a small group of trained volunteers is available for help with errands, minor repairs, or companionship. In one village, I met Eleanor, age 82, who'd lost her driver's license. She worried she'd be stuck at home, but with her village membership, she had weekly grocery rides, weekly tech support visits to fix her tablet, and monthly social gatherings so her world stayed big, not small. She said it felt like belonging to a secret society of people who cared more deeply than a nursing home staff ever could. Life can't wait for perfect solutions every day. You hesitate is a day your independence phrase. If Eleanor's experience resonates, press like and share this with anyone who needs to hear they have choices beyond a nursing home. Another option often overlooked is respite care exchanges between families. Borrow the concept of time banking. You spend a week caring for a grandparent in another city, and a neighbor cares for your parent here. Swapping skills across families means you never feel stuck caring for yourself alone. Susan, whose daughter lived in Florida, arranged a week-long exchange with her neighbor in California. By caring for each other's parents, they both gained a week of experienced support, minimized costs, and deepened their communities. Instead of signing a nursing home contract, they were sharing the load, sharing trust, and sharing compassion. Every minute you delay, the weight of one more day in a facility could pull you further from the life you love. These shared housing, village, and respite exchange solutions exist because people knew there had to be something better than locked doors and bland hallways. Now that we've uncovered how companions, villages, and family exchanges can keep you rooted at home, let's move to the final option zones that truly rewrite the script on aging without dependence on nursing homes. Conditions change fast, so each day you delay is another day your independence slips away. Let's keep going, because your future deserves these alternatives before time runs out. Here's the final alternative, and then we'll bring everything together so you can act before it's too late. Imagine living at home but feeling like there's always someone watching out for you without poking in your privacy. That's exactly what smart home technology combined with telehealth services can offer. Picture this: motion sensors in your hallway that aren't there to spy on you, but simply to alert a trusted family member or nurse if you haven't moved by noon. Imagine a device on your wrist that tracks your heart rate and sends an alert if it spikes unexpectedly. Or think of video calls with your doctor without having to leave your favorite armchair. I want you to visualize Margaret, a 79-year-old widow who lived alone after her husband passed away. She loved her independence, but feared falling or suddenly feeling ill with no one around. When her daughter set up a simple tablet in the living room for weekly telehealth check-ins, and her neighbor installed a few discreet motion sensors, everything changed. One evening, Margaret tripped on the rug and couldn't get up. The sensor alerted her daughter automatically, who called an ambulance, and Margaret was back on her feet within hours, rather than spending a dangerous night on the cold floor. That alone was worth its weight in gold. Suddenly, Margaret felt safe, supported, and still very much at home. If Margaret's story sparks something in you, hit that subscribe button right now. This channel is all about giving you the tools and the confidence to keep living fully without surrendering to a nursing home. Technology like this is no longer the stuff of science fiction. It's affordable, accessible, and can be tailored to your needs. You don't need to be tech savvy. Many local senior centers and community colleges offer quick tutorials on how to use telehealth apps or manage smart home settings. And your peace of mind? Priceless. Now that we've explored all 7 alternative home modifications, dedicated home care, adult day centers, shared housing, village models, respite care exchanges, and smart home technology with telehealth, let's tie it all together. You don't have to settle for the only choice is a nursing home. You have options that let you stay in your beloved home, surrounded by memories, routines, and the comforts that matter most to you. But here's the real point. Time is not on our side. Every day you wait until you face a crisis, your options narrow, costs go up, stress goes up, and your freedom slips away. That's why acting now is so critical before a fall, illness, or sudden decline forces you into a decision you didn't prepare for. So what can you do today? First, talk to someone, a friend, a neighbor, or a trusted family member about which of these 7 options resonates most with you. Pick 1 or 2 to research immediately. Make a phone call, send an email, or visit a local resource center. Small steps lead to big changes. Second, involve your medical providers. Ask your doctor what telehealth solutions they recommend, or if they know reputable home care agencies. Let them know you want to explore alternatives to a nursing home. Their support can open doors you didn't know existed. And if you found even one idea here that could change your life, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone you care about. You might save them from a lonely hospital bed or a rushed nursing home move they'll regret later. You're not done living, but if you don't take action now, you may lose your chance to stay where you belong, right in your own home, with control, comfort, and dignity. So, subscribe to stay connected with more Real Talk solutions just like these. Your future, your independence, and your happiness are worth every effort. Here's to embracing possibilities, seizing your power, and living your best life on your own terms, no matter what age you are.